And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. We've waited, we speculated, we spent the entire time wondering where we would be this time of the year. Well, the answer is, and especially if you're a Lions fan and the Lions players, you're in Italy and you are taking on ZEBRE in the inaugural match of the United Rugby Championship. So much preparation, so much speculation on what was going to happen, and still so much debate whether this is the right or the wrong decision. But regardless of what you think, this is the reality now. We are now playing our rugby in Europe, and I'm very excited. I can't wait for this. I think it's going to be the perfect sort of move for South Africa. Hopefully, in theory, financially, it comes with a very big boost. In theory, it's I think overall, I think we do benefit more in terms of learning conditions, in terms of understanding exactly how things work over there, and I think it's going to be a good time. And I really do hope that our team step up, and that this hope, and especially with the financial boost, that this will help us hold on to players and to be a bit more competitive in terms of keeping our players in the country and making sure that we've got our best players, not even necessarily our best players, but at least sort of half a Springbok squad and the likes playing in South Africa. So that is hopefully the long-term sort of benefits of playing in the United Rugby Championship. But in terms of short-term, well, I suppose it's just a case of, can we compete? And today we're going to find out if the Lions have managed to go away after a very disappointing Currie Cup season and be able to sort of put things behind them, be able to sort of get on with it. And they are taking on a ZEBRE side today with a lot of international experience. And so it should be, it's quite a big test, but in many ways, it's the nicest possible start that the Lions could have had, because, ZEBRE have been a side which have struggled in this competition for quite a number of years. And for a side which finished firmly last in the Currie Cup, it's just probably a nice sort of way to start. If it's not quite taking on a Leinster or a Munster. So it should be a cool clash, and I'm hoping that as a Lions fan, that the Lions just go out and give a good account of themselves. It is a much better side than what we saw for large parts of the Currie Cup. So hopefully that we can sort of bounce back. And I'm also keen to sort of see what the new coaching staff does throw out for us, because we do have a couple of very important, very important people now part of our coaching setup. And I think that's sort of what's so exciting. Something like a Jacques Fourie being able to coming back into the setup, that's a huge boost for the squad. And whether you back Ivan van Rooyen as a head coach or not, hopefully the likes of an Albert van den Berg and Ricardo Loubser alongside Jacques Fourie will be able to sort of try and turn things around, or at least sort of get better. So it's a fresh start, and the important thing is, especially for the younger players, to get the experience, to be able to go overseas and play in these sort of different competitions and stuff like that. But please do get your comments down in the comment section. Get your score predictions in. Let me know where you're watching from. Young Gum says, how you doing? I can always go back to the Lions. I wish. Why aren't the English teams like Saracen are part of the United Rugby Championship? So they're playing. They've got the English Premiership, which is a very good standalone competition. Same as the top 14. But we then sort of meet them in the European Challenge Cup and the European Champions Cup. So we will hopefully eventually see our South African teams playing against the likes of the Saracens and the likes of, your Montpelliers and your Toulouse and Toulons and all those sort of clubs as well. Hopefully that will happen in the future. Trying to sort out the TV and stuff like that. And this freaking chair is going to be a bloody nightmare tonight. I can just feel it. But let me know who you're backing. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what your thoughts are. Should we have gone north? Should we not have gone north? Give me your I want to know what your opinions are.
So while we have a moment, let's look back on a couple of the highlights out there from game one that went off at 7:05 today.
But yeah, please do smash like on the video as well. Let's try and get as many people as we can into the stream and stuff like that. First game of the URC, very exciting times, and hopefully, I just really want to see the Lions getting off to a victory. I think we really, really do need it. Also, happy Heritage Day to all the South African community. I'm assuming all the bras are going, stuff like that. After this game will be live for Ulster versus Glasgow, and then tomorrow we've got an absolute blockbuster of a lineup We've got Springboks taking on New Zealand first up, Australia versus Argentina, followed by Benetton versus Stormers. Then we've got Leinster versus the Bulls, and then Munster versus Sharks will close out our watch-alongs tomorrow on this channel. We will also have, I think it's Edinburgh versus, I think it's Scarlets, which will be over on Forever Rugby as well. I'm just going to quickly go and just short up my TV and get myself on the right channel, which is currently not working. So I'll be back in just a few seconds, but don't go away. Get your score predictions down in the comments, and I'll be back now.
There's a little misstep from John Ryan with the second shot at par 5 fifth, which afforded Jordan Spieth the moment to get their name back on the leaderboard.
Yeah, they've driven in trouble, and that run really opened the door for them. But
ZEBRE.
Well, my view is that man for man, the Lions are better players, better rugby players. But have they got structure that can match the structure of a world coach, a world team flyer who understands he's 28, he's been in the system or not late 20, so he really knows how to play. So
right, all sorted, my side. Got Nick Mannett telling us probably that the Lions are going to lose. But yes, please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Carl says we are having a Bryce night here in France, doing things right. Well, there we go. And for those of you who missed last night, Carl is a new addition to the team. We'll be taking you guys through Argentina versus Australia tomorrow, as well as whatever the Edinburgh game is that I can't remember at the moment. What was it? Edinburgh. It was versus Scarlets. Back yourself. But yeah, we are 5 minutes away from kickoff, which should be. Yeah, I'm so excited to just see the Lions playing in a decent competition, not just playing. Look, I know that the Pumas beat us and stuff like that, but I'm excited to see international quality players, and we've got some very big players. I mean, we've got somebody like a Carlo Canna tonight. He's got 50 caps for Italy. That's what I want to watch. I want to watch international players week in, week out. And to be honest, I'm not going to miss Super Rugby. Obviously, there's some nice games there. It was nice to be able to watch Crusaders. It was nice to be able to watch Chiefs and stuff like that. But I think that we sort of struggled. I think we struggled first of all to fill stadiums. I think it becomes a bit difficult to sort of watch all the games during Friday mornings and Saturday mornings and stuff like that. Whereas now, the earliest game that kicks off is 2 o'clock on a Saturday. So you can watch all the games. 6:30 Friday night, 8:30 Friday night. It's easy to watch all the games in the URC. It'll be easy for us to start following teams, to try and find a second team, to try and find maybe a European team to follow. And I think that is what will be the biggest sort of plus for the URC and us moving there. But Esquivo says we'll miss going against New Zealand and Australian rival, but it's the best future. Zebra 33, Lions 32. Nice close game. Let's hope it's. I'll be attracted to see 60 points being scored. Rainer Uppman says that shirt will look better on you if it was blue and had a daisy. This is. Come on, let's be honest. Even if you don't support the Lions, this was a flipping cool shirt. Like it was. I mean, I think if the kid we're playing tonight, I'm a bit iffy about, but we nailed this kid. Nah, I got to back my boys. You're going to be born and bred in Johannesburg. Don't go and support the team from Pretoria. Come now, people. Back the locals. Although I suppose I am almost closer to Pretoria than I am to Joburg. But that's just how big Joburg is, isn't it? But yeah, so we're going to go through the teams in a moment. I'm just trying to find the line side, which I can pretty much name anyway. But let me make sure I don't make any mistakes. But right, so the line side for tonight. Up front, Ruandrea, Yakovasaki, Kalu Sadi. Ruandrea is an important player, operating at loosehead. So he's done a bit of a Trevor going back from tight head to loosehead. He is a bit of a swing prop, or swinger as Trevor Inikani was once called. But he's going to be quite important today. Kalu Sadi, I've got no doubt about his quality. And he's up against Daniel Vachetti, who's a 23-year-old Italian capped loosehead. So that should be quite a nice battle. Yakovasaki needs to step up. And not so much because he's been playing badly, but because I think hooker is one area where the Lions are struggling and probably need to bring in a bit of depth. So I think that if he could sort of step up and become a really good option there, we still probably need to add something to the bench, but that would sort of just put my mind at ease a little bit. In the locks, we've got new loanee, Peter Janssen from Fury, who's captain the Cheetahs in the number 5 jersey, Ruben Skuman, who's sort of going to fill that enforcer role in the number 4. Tough to see Janssen from Fury. We're going to need some experience, somebody who's really had to work hard to be where he is. I mean, he's somebody that played pretty much club rugby, Leopards rugby, and he's now in Italy. So it's a fantastic story. And I think the fact that he's had to work so hard, hopefully we'll see some big performances from him. The most exciting part from the Lions team today is this loose trio. Jaco Kriel is finally back fit and is firing and will start in number 6. Vincent Tutuka has also returned from injury in the number 7 jumper. Frankie Horn, who captained the side against the British and Irish Lions at 8th man. On the bench, Andre Warner, not on the bench, in the back line, Andre Warner and Jordan Hendrickson. Jordan Hendrickson, a very exciting player. And this is, as we talked about, learning conditions, playing in different places. He's someone which will benefit a lot from playing in this sort of game. And the two wings, Russ McLaren, Jumbo Lengo, has sort of come from his almost a bit of a isolation period where he just didn't really get close to the scene. But now he's back and starting. Burger Oudendal captains the side next to Wandisila Similani, and hopefully that Jacques Fourie is going to make Similani take that next step up. And then at the back, for you, a little bit of reservations about him, but a clean sheet here. Let's see what he can do. Off the bench, PJ Buerta, Steve Tole, Asanate, and Klabakanya really do back those two props. PJ Buerta has his days. I think it's discipline which frustrates me with him, but hopefully he can try and sort that out. Reynard Northnachel, Sibosiso Sangweni, some two youngsters coming off the bench there. And your backline replacements, Morne Vandenberg, Eddie Verscheer from the Pumas, did play for the Lions as part of the Super Rugby squad a couple of years ago. They went to the Pumas, was playing some really nice rugby, and is back in a red shirt. Divan Rousseau is also back after signing for the Bulls. We haven't seen much of him, but he will start at fullback today. For the Italians, Daniele Fascetti, Luca Bigi, and Matteo Nocchiera. Here's the front. Something like Luca Bigi has got 37 caps for Italy. He's captained the Italians before. In the second row, David Ceci and Leonard Kromov. We've got, something like David Ceci. He's got international experience. He's played in the Premiership as well. The loose trio, it's a decent loose trio. You've got Maximo Banda, who's got 29 caps for Italy, next to Jacopo Bianchi and Renato Giamiroli, which has a nice sort of quite an experienced loose trio. The youngest being Bianchi, he's just 23 years old, but quite a bulky loose trio as well. Then Marcelo Violi will partner Carlo Canna. Those two both played international rugby. That's the sort of quality that we'll hopefully sort of see shining through today. The rest of the back line, we're going to see Thomas Boni, Pierre Bruno as the two wings. Matti Bellini and Bruno as the two wings. Thomas Boni and Giulio Besegni in the centres. And then on the bench, Junior Lolofi, the previous Australian Sevens player, as a reserve. At fullback. Oliveira Fabiani, reserve hooker. Andrea Lavotti, the reserve hooker. Reserve Lucid. I'm having an absolute mare here. Ian Nicolai, Andrea Zambanin, Giovanni Licata, Alessandro Fasca, Antonio Rizzi, and Jacobo Trella. I need to get a light check. I can barely flip and read this. The coach for ZEBRE is Michael Bradley, who's a former Irish international player. So, a bit of pedigree in the coaching box as well. The two teams are on, so kickoff is just a few minutes away. Kevin says the Lions should win this game. One of easy games. All depends how Lions perform tonight. HJH says we will probably not do very well in this first season in the North, but long term it'll be better structure, and no New Zealand to make 500 demands a second. Okay, so ZEBRE will be playing left to right. Just waiting for kickoff here. Who do you pick to win? I've got to back my boys. Got to back the boys to do the business. Rainer Uppman says Sexton versus Kusten tomorrow. Can't wait. I am frothing for that game. Sean O'Farrell, Joey Carberry is back for Munster against the Sharks. As a Leinster fan, I hope the game against the Bulls will be a tight one. The Aviva Stadium has a good venue for this gladiator arena for two Titans. I love that. That's actually really well put. Kevin says, hopefully Lions work on defense that cost them in the Currie Cup this year. That's all down to Jacques Fourie. The whistle goes. We have got kickoff. The URC is underway, kicking towards the right, and it will be a first touch for, I think that looks like Peter Janssen from Furen. Sorry, that's Peter Janssen from Furen who went there. So it must have been, who took that kickoff? Anyway, we've gone outside the 22, so Warner's sort of shaping back for the box kick. He's going to have Burger Oudendal as one of his chasers. He does go high. Rubs and is going to contest for this. Goes up and goes into touch. It will be a ZEBRE put-in, so a bit of a messy kick there from the Lions. Something like Russ McLaren actually has experience in the Europe. He did play in the Pro 4 team. He was one of the top try scorers, in fact, for the Cheetahs. So hopefully someone who can hit the ground running in this competition. Jan says that there's still a chance the Boks can beat the All Blacks tomorrow. Remember what happened in 2018. SA lost to the Pumas and Wallabies, but a week later they've beaten the All Blacks in New Zealand. Well, exactly. I mean, they definitely can. They just need to bring the A game. Right, so first throw here. So they're taking the knock on there. So it's actually a first scrum. Now, this will be interesting. It's a scrum for the Lions. So a nice early chance to try and sort of assert your authority at the set piece. I back this Lions front row. It comes down to whether Ruan Dre really sort of steps up. I think Carly Sardi is one of the best scrummagers in the country. So hopefully he can get a bit of front ball here. We've gone down there on the tight head side there for the Lions. Sardi up against Fischetti, Ruan Dre up against Nakero.
And of course, today is National Heritage Day in South Africa, or we fondly want to call Bride Day, so barbecue. So these guys will be missing their brides. But looking at
looks like a gorgeous day over there in Palmer.
they seem to have had a lot of brides.
I would love to go and follow them. Imagine like now the Lions going out for 4 matches. I'd love nothing more than to be able to jump on a plane, go over and watch these games. Take you guys with us, and just go see what rugby's like over there. That looks like a much better hit. There we go. Big early push there from the Lions. Second big push as well. Nice ascendancy there. Try to keep it in. Advantage there. Warner takes it to Burger. Oendal runs a very nice angle. Look at the offload. Oh, it doesn't quite come up. So we'll go back for the penalty. Very, very nice scrum. And that's what I want to see. That's what these South African sides need to do. The whole sort of rhetoric that South African sides are big and physical. We've got to now show this now at the highest level. So that's a nice start from the Lions. Really good run inside line there from Burger Oendal. Holding your shoulder a little bit. If that offload went to hand, it could have been interesting. But Jordan Hendrickson will try and find touch further down the field. The 20-year-old finds touch on about the 22, so another set-piece opportunity for the Lions. The box did not show character last week. We'll talk about the box tomorrow. I'm just not even... I'm trying not to think too much about the game tomorrow. Sort of put it at the back of the mind. Just sort of focus over here, and we'll deal with that in the morning. So I don't want to get too caught up in all of that. KC ZEBRE Italian Club. Yeah, and then Everything Rugby says... Chopper Hoop Lions wins. Yeah, I also hope the Lions win. Go to the front of the line-out. They go to... That's not Ruben Schoeman at number 4, is it? He always wears a scrum cap. And I think it's been come down there. I actually need to check if there's been a late change to this Lions team. Well, ZEBRE managed to go down there and turn that over. It was a bit of a messy maul from the Lions. Who's operating here at number 4? Is this Ruben Schoeman without a scrum cap, or did I miss a team change? Where are we at? So if anybody knows if there was a team change for the Lions, no, it is Ruben Schoeman. He just doesn't have a scrum cap. What are we thinking about this Lions jersey? I'm not convinced personally. I'm not sure I'm rushing out to go and buy it. I like the back of it. I just don't really like the front. It just looks a bit weird. You have a reset here. Kevin reckons the Lions should win with bonus points. Just a win is fine. We don't need to worry about bonus points or anything just yet. Just a nice solid win will do me just fine for today. Don't need to worry about bonus points. I just want a decent game. I want us to go and get the business done. And I want to be able to be on top of the log for a game. That'll probably be the title of our review if we win this game. Lions go top of the URC log. That was a nice hit by the Lions. Benson, ZEBRE, do you use it after a solid scrum there? Ooh, nice, almost inside ball there too. Outside centre, but Szczesny now going out wide here. Solid tackle. I think it's Jack Creel is over there and concedes a penalty for not releasing. Solid carry there from the number 14, Pierre Bruno. Yeah, Creel there guilty of not releasing, but it's good to see Creel back on the park. And yeah, I don't think it was a clear release.
Probably a little bit unlucky there, not releasing before he went to the ball, probably deemed part of the tackle. But great to see him back. Had his stint that blocked this way.
But it's so good to see our Creel back. I mean, we signed him and we thought, here we go. That's the kind of signing we need, and then just hasn't played any rugby. So hopefully this will see him sort of play a couple of games together and get him back to the form that we all know and love. Zebre, they have a solid line-out win, trying to get the rolling more going themselves. They're defending the one quite well. Now let's see if they can use attacking one. The call comes to use it once. And they do use it. Wrapping around there, running through their hands. Now they'll kick in behind. Sort of finding a bit of space. A bit of a tester for Jumbo Lengo. He's quite isolated. He's going to go himself. He does. He needs some support. It comes in this form of VW for you, and that's well maintained there from Jumbo Lengo. Warner's going to use Jack Creel and Vince Tuco to try and open a bit of a gap for the clearance kick. You got Jordan Hendrickson back in the pocket. He does go back to Jordan Hendrickson. And that looks like a solid enough clearance. I don't think he got too much territory there, but he does find touch just outside of 22. So that's job done as far as what he needed to do. But you can see the little kick in behind, trying to put the Lions under pressure there. So Zebra do have an attacking line out here. They're about, call it 5 or 6, 7 meters ahead before the 22. Out on the right-hand side here. Let me get my backup stream going in case we have some issues. Sideline when they're Zebra, they go straight to the back line. Kind of offloading there to Bruno. Quick ball. Solid carry there from CC. Going out wide, looking for something to straighten. Off to the left-hand side, now moving towards the right. Couple of offloads. Oh, we've been scooping over that ball, trying to sort of pull for it a bit, but well, the counteract there. Running the hands, they're running the hands on Zebra. Now deciding to straighten through Bruno, who does get the offload away. And he's made some decent distance. I think it's Lucas Bigi who's got up to the 22. A lot of offloads here from Zebra. Going towards the right there, Banda with a bit of a dummy run. Outside ball wasn't the best, and Hendrickson has to wrap up Besejny. So this is good continuity from Zebra. They're now going quite wide. There's a bit of space out wide. Ball over the top. Bit of space there for the first time we've really seen it. And they go straight into the 22 now. They're still going, showing go. And it's a penalty on the ground. Very well. But we'll take it quickly as Andre Warner. They definitely weren't 10. Yeah, not 10 was the call there. So a smart play from Andre Warner. Wins himself 10 meters. I think it was, I'm trying to work out who is the one that stole it. But some very nice continuity from Zebra. A bit of a, I suppose, a bit of a warning sign there. It was a massive hit from Peter Janssen Furen there on Kolokana. And it's Jakob Asaki over the ball. Well, I said I wanted to see a big game from Jakob Asaki, so that's a nice little contribution from him. But it's a big tackle there from Peter Janssen Furen on debut for the Lions, on loan from the Pumas, captain the Pumas, so it's a nice addition to the start. But you can see there, you know, the continuity from Zebra, trying to run the ball left to right, play some decent rugby, keep the ball alive. And conditioning will be an important thing whenever you play the Italian sides. You do try to play a bit of a... We saw the Bulls pretty much being run off their feet by Benetton in the Rainbow Cup final. Everything rugby, I suppose you got to back Leinster tomorrow. I do have a bet on the Bulls because I got some decent odds on there. Decent out there. Jack Creel showing and going himself. Getting himself into the 22. That's a nice run from the number 6 from the Lions. Quick ball from Warner to Peter Janssen Furen. Almost looks like a bit of a high tackle there. Warner going himself. Oh, inside ball there. Ooh, almost there from Frankie Horn. Popped the ball up to Jakob Asaki. Continuity here. Now we just need to clean that ball. Banda all over there. Try and make sure it's a bit slow ball. Warner going towards the right. Hendrickson waits for the pass. Ball over the top from Elengo. Jumbo Elengo scores the first try of the URC. First real attack. It all started from Jakob Creel. Jordan Hendrickson saw the pass, saw the space out wide, delayed the pass, then the pass straight over the top. And Elengo was running onto it with a bit of pace. And he was unchallenged as he goes over. First try to the visitors. Love it. Love it. The nice offload game there from the Lions. Warner goes. Hendrickson sees the space out wide. Throws the long pass. We've seen Johan Goosen do that all season. Well, Hendrickson can do it as well. And Jumbo Lengo has the easiest of run-ins you'll ever have. And that's very, very nice from my boys. Well, it all came from Jakob Creel, who was sort of looking for an option off the back of the maul and then kind of just sort of went himself. I think he saw a bit of space and just took a gap. There's some very nice offload play from Frankie Horn to Jakob Asahi. Peter Hansen and Fury, quite a solid carry there. And they sort of, a couple of quick phases, sucked in the defense. They were spaced out wide, and Jordan Henderson did brilliantly to find them. Kevin says, I'm a Shark supporter, but Lions or jersey cool. I prefer red and white. I just don't know about this stuff, this weird red stuff in the front there. I'm a bit iffy about it, but the back's pretty cool. That is a phenomenal kick from Jordan Henderson, by the way. Right up on the touchline, on the right foot. So it's the worst possible position for him to kick from, and he slots it over. If there's one reason to be excited as a Lions fan, it's the youngsters, your Jordan Hendersons, your Simulanis, your Vincent Tukas, Frankie Horns. If we're not going to compete for this trophy, which I don't think we will do, I just want to see good performances from there. So Jordan Hendricks, he's got a try assist, a very nice conversion there as well. As Carlo Cannon kicks very deep off the kickoff. I think it's Frankie Horn there back to Hendricks. He's got a nice big boot, and he finds touch. Well, just past the 10-meter line. It's a nice clearance. Very nice exit play from the Lions. Then that's what we need as well. It's just sort of the basics. Being able to score points, exit well. Those sort of small things, which didn't really happen during the Currie Cup. Johan says, lack of try for the Lions. Carl, decent start from the Lions. Esquiva says, good Lions. Let's see if they can keep going. I hope so. We had 3 nice years. But, I mean, if I'm being very honest, being a Lions supporter has been more sort of pain there than anything else. So we let's hope we can make ourselves competitive. Decent win there from ZEBRE. Bit of a ball in behind as Bruno then puts the ball to his boot. Raz Baklana there backing up. Getting away from 1, getting away from 2, getting away from 3, eventually wrapped up. Nice little footwork from the Lions winger. Now Jakob Asahi puts his head down. The Lions just outside that 22. Now Warner seeing a bit of space. It goes to the boot. It'll go straight down the throat of Bruno. He gets away from 1. And then runs into 2 Lions forwards. I think it's Similani there. So Lions keeping ZEBRE inside their own half. Cannon running the hands here. And needs somewhere to go himself. And it's Boney who just puts his head down, takes contact. Now ZEBRE working their way to the left. They've got some space. They've got some numbers out wide. Still out wide. They're still going out wide there. Steps off the line there from the Lions. I think it was Jordan Hendricks, so he makes a tackle. But ZEBRE have gotten themselves past the 10-meter line inside Lions. Teojat's a very nice offload. Jakob Asahi once again over that ball, winning another penalty. Jakob Asahi has started this game like a house on fire. 2 steals from him. It was a very solid carry. It was a nice tackle. I think it was Ruandrea. The inside, it's a big tackle on Ruandrea. Well, it's going to be the scrum battle between him and Fischetti, and that's a nice big tackle from him. And Jakob Asahi was very quick over that ball, winning a very important penalty because ZEBRE had some nice go-forward ball. And now Jordan Hendricks will be able to kick his way into ZEBRE territory. It looks pretty deep there from Hendricks. That is a brilliant kick. He's put Lions about 7 meters shy of the try line. Well, this is the nice thing about a youngster. When you get a couple of things right early on, that confidence starts building. And to put your side on the 5 meter from inside your own half is a brilliant effort from him. Very nice start. Jan says, since I saw the Lions under Ackerman in 2017, I left the Stormers. I'm a huge supporter of the Lions till this day. There we go. You see, we grab the fans. Right, now very nice set piece here on the 5 meter. First things first, up to Ruben Schoeman. They win the line out. Now we're going to go for the rolling more here. Little bit of go forward ball here, stopping a little bit. Schoeman smacking a couple of players, saying, come on, chaps, let's go. Call comes to user, which is a bit harsh. I think we had a go forward ball. Burger Odendaal. And Burger Odendaal is through. Try number 2. Thank you very much. Well, it's not brilliant tackling, but we'll take them no matter where it comes. And Burger Odendaal, I think he gets his first touch of the ball for the Lions captain. He goes over. Well, that's making your chances count. Winning the penalty, you kick deep, find a decent position for a set piece. The Moore wasn't quite working in the first phase you do. Goes to Burger Odendaal. It's a pretty poor tackle attempt here from the inside centre, Tommaso Boni. And once he slips the tackle, Carlo Cannon's not going to stop Burger Odendaal from 2 meters shy. But, jeepers, what a start. We're almost 60 minutes in, and the Lions have got a 12-0 lead with Jordan Hendricks having a very straightforward attempt for the extra 2. This is the start we needed. Now we just need to keep this up. And the Lions have got a lot to prove because despite doing so well 2017, 18, 19. After that Currie Cup performance, a lot of people are sort of questioning, are they even within the top 4 sides in the country? So to be able to start positively like this goes a long way in saying, yes, we are. Please relax.
Almost 11 weeks of pre-season every summer. You hear coaches talk about it, and it seems to get longer and longer. The close season shorter and shorter, but we certainly haven't been down the of ZEBRE early on here.
This keeper saying 15 minutes, 2 tries, physical start. Well, I think the nice thing about the start so far is we're kind of ticking all the boxes. The scrum looked good, the line-out looked good. Rolling Moore was defended, but it looked like it was decent. And when the backs have had the ball, they've made it count so far. Going to the left now, first touch of the ball for Vincent Tuka, we've hardly seen. If you just drop him a message later and tell him that he's going to go a long way in the Block jersey if he can put some big performances in this competition. Warner now for the kickoff, going quite deep. Bruno going inside. Carlo Cannon, who's switching the play, going towards the right-hand side. Burger Undundal's up. Now Boney on the inside, gets away from one tackle, still going. He's wrapped up by the halfway line. Bruno going himself, being wrapped up by Frankie Horn. Getting themselves just inside the line's half. Now Cannon inside ball to the big lock. It's David Cece, 120 kgs he is. Well, he thought about the kick there, did Violi, but eventually decided to throw the ball out wide. Ooh, bit of a fumble, and he does drop it. Does Bellini. We haven't seen much of him, and the first sort of contribution there is a bit of a fumble, and eventually knocks it on. Ball over the top really wasn't that difficult to take yet. He'll be disappointed with himself. It's a little bit ahead of him from Carlo Cannon, but he almost brings it to himself quite well, and then knocks it on. So it's a pretty much an unforced error, really. But a nice opportunity with the scrum here. A couple of Lions players looking a little bit tired. Chas, we're only 18 minutes in. It's a long win for the long haul here. Mamiya says ZEBRE a little powder puffish. Yeah, look, I mean, it's physically you're going to have to front up if you're going to play South African sides. Doesn't matter what's the African sides. Jan says all the good Lions players are going overseas to other teams. No wonder they were bad the last while. I mean, we lost. I think if you look at the team that won that was in the Super Rugby finals, there's pretty much nobody left. What the hell is happening? Lions winning. Good start to weekend. Maybe telling us something about tomorrow. Springboks might win. Let's hope so. Sean Farrell says it's almost like a menu. ZEBRE versus Lions starter. Benson versus Stormers. Lunch. Leinster versus Bulls. And Munster versus Sharks. Dinner. Yeah, it is. And it's a tasty menu. I'm hungry. So scrum there. Ball at the top. Similani. He's got a bit of space. Ball out wide to Rasmussen. He's got the pace. What's he going to do? Cuts inside. In between the two. Oh, you're not even going to touch him. 3 tries. 20 minutes. The Lions are running riot in Palmer. Get some cheese. Get some biscuits. Settle in. Get the ham out. Hopefully we're in for the long run here, chaps. This is a brilliant start. Brilliant. And look, once you get one to see the Similani on the outside and through, it tries happen. That's what it happens. Tries happen. You get the ball out quite quickly to Rasmussen. He's got all the pace in the world. And Bellini, you know, he has to try and guard the outside. But as soon as you show that inside gap to the pace of McLaren, you know, it's not going to stop him. And nobody even touches him underneath the poles. Perfect timing from Similani. He drew in Lalofi perfectly, and then I mean, once you give Rasmussen a one-on-one, he's a very, very good finisher. One of the sort of few shining lights we had during the Currie Cup was that he was looking very, very deadly. People worried about us. Hey, come on! I mean, look, I know it's ZEBRE. I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself, but we couldn't beat a blooming school team in the Currie Cup, and now we're 21-0 after 20 minutes. So I'll tell you what, Ivan van Rooyen always backed him. Always backed him. Certain test to come, but this is a very, very nice start from the boys. Going back towards the left here, so it's Vincent Tuka once again carrying it up into contact. 3 backline tries as well, which is quite cool. And it's turnover there. It's a solid kick from the Lions, who then turnover on the halfway line. So they really can't do much wrong at the moment. Now looking to go out wide. Burger Undundal. Little chip over the top for McLaren to chase. He's got the pace. Has he got the pace to go all the way? Well, he does. I mean, it's pretty easy, isn't it? Well, McLaren's got a brace and something out of nothing. Burger Windle just tipped over the top. And he just has the pace. He just leaves number 14, Pierre Bruno, behind. And there's just nobody home. Nobody home for Zebra. Chip over the top. I don't know what they're checking. That's a brilliant, brilliant piece of pace there from McLaren. I think they're going to make sure he's behind the kicker, but if he is, well, guess what? That's 4 tries in 22 minutes. What a start. What a start. I know, Zebra, what do you expect? Okay, no, let's not do that. This is the side that did beat Benetton twice in the last year, who then went on to beat the Bulls. So, look, I mean, I know they're not the best side in the competition, in many ways the worst side, but we're talking about a Lions side which came stone dead last in the Currie Cup. So to be able to start like this, regardless of who you're playing, is a very, very nice start. Our time is off. We are checking. Kerry says, how shit is it? No, it's just the class of the Lions, to be honest. We're just that good. You know, it's just, you know, can you compete with such a brilliant chase from Similani off the kick, putting a lot of pressure on the breakdown. The turnover there comes, I think it's Vincent Tuka. Sorry, it's Jumbo Lengo who turns it over. And from there, there's nobody home. Chip over the top from Birgit Windal. And now Jordan Hendrickson is looking at adding his 4th conversion of the day, which he does. 28-0 after 23 minutes. Look, people, I have had a long few months as a Lions fan. Let me enjoy this because we got decimated by the British and Irish Lions. We got decimated by pretty much anyone under the sun in the Currie Cup. I'm going to enjoy this. Don't come here with it's only Zebra. I'm going to enjoy this. Jan says, oh man, this is an epic game from the Lions. Quana says, can tell you're enjoying the Lions winning for once in a change. Hey, settle. Going to the right-hand side now again. So that's taking it, man. I don't know. I thought it was taking his legs out, but no issues there with the chase. So inside ball to Vincent Tuka, try and create a bit of an angle for Warner before the exit play comes in. He goes to Henderson, who's in the pocket. Oh, he gets charged down. So first sort of mistake from the fly half. A little bit slow on the kick there, so a bit of a warning. And Zebra needs something like that. They need a bit of a moment where they haven't been particularly good, but to be able to start well or be able to sort of respond, I mean, they've already got quite a big mountain to climb. So Henderson just been caught a little on the ball there. I think it was the number 7, Bianchi, who charged him down. Mark says, look, Lions are playing well, but Zebra are just being lazy and shocking defense, not complaining, keep going. Lions, Sean Felser says, I say 50 points for the Lions. I hope. They go deep there, just Jordan Hendrickson. They're a bit of a pick up and go there from BG and Jaka Creel over the ball quite quickly, but Zebra getting started up to the halfway line. So carry there, I think it was for Shetty. By Collie Cannon, a little trip and go himself. Very well read by Andre Warner, who gets up quickly to take the ball in the air. Now he needs a bit of support. You know, if you're going over the top, bit of a nothing kick that really. And the response was Zebra down the sort of touchline is well read by Jordan Henderson. Now, Jordan Henderson puts the ball high in the air. He's going to chase his own kick. He's going to EL for Yun after it as well. And Villian takes it uncontested. He needs support. He's up to the 22. The ball shifts back. Akabasaki's there. Gives the inside ball to Warner, who decides we're going to actually go towards the right. Similani sees a bit of space, bit of a nothing grabber in behind. And the response from Zebra is not a great kick. Jumbo Lengo swallows it. In fact, I think it's Similani again. Yeah, it is Similani. Runs into a pot of forwards. Not a particularly good idea from him. Now, going out wide. Fulyun gives it to Fishituka. Oh, and trying to get the ball away quickly. I think Fulyun needed to offload that quicker, but not a particularly good pass from Fishituka, and the ball runs out. So a bit of a break and play after what's been a very, very frantic start to the game. Saki says, I love how you can actually pronounce Rab's surname on this Heritage Day. Ach, dude, it's not hard. My year of Kosa in varsity sorted me out. Saki says, enjoy it, bro. Matthew Dixon's having a loss. I feel so sorry for Zebra. A new season, new beginning, and it's the same old story with them. When will they ever come good? Yeah, as Sean says, let me enjoy it. Let me enjoy it. Not a particularly good line from Zebra, and it's turnover ball. Jack Creel picks up when it gets up to the 10-meter line, and it's an offside runner from the Zebra, so it'll be another penalty. They just can't do much right at the moment, the home side. I mean, even there, getting a line out, opportunity to try and just get a bit of hands on ball and just throwing a ball straight over the top, gifting possession back to the Lions. Kelly Cooney says, has to be factored in. The Lions had a carry cup. Zebra don't have that luxury. Oh, it's a good point. It's a very good point. Zebra to win in the last minute. Silence. Away with you. Away with you, Matthew Dixon. Kevin says, well, congrats, Lions. Well-deserved win. Hey, settle down. We're only 26 minutes in. Lots can happen. But we are taking the points here, actually. Jordan Hinch is going to line up a three-pointer. I suppose at the end of the day, you've currently got a bonus point. Now it's about winning the game, isn't it? That's so harsh. The commentators are literally saying enjoy it while it lasts because you won't always play against shit opposition, basically. Well, Jordan Henry's kick is slid down to the left. So the first one he's missed today. Struck it well, but to the left. So a bit disappointed from that. Look, of course, there are tougher challenges to come, but, you know, first game away, very, very young squad. This is a nice start, and the confidence does strange things, eh? Vintage Tuka, strong carry from him off the restart there from Zebra going quite deep. Now Jordan Henson in behind, going high. You know, if you almost looked a little bit offside there. Contest for the kick, and once again, I mean, look, it's pretty poor from Zebra. There's two kick chases. I mean, kick up and unders. They haven't even contested. Sharks trying to go down. I mean, the line's going down the blind side. Ruben Skuman being wrapped up. Sorry, Jack Creel is being wrapped up. Carly Sardi puts his head down. Big carry from him. But Fischetti gets over there and wins the penalty on the ground. No real support there for Carly Sardi. It was a solid carry, but he needed someone to come and remove the tackler. Yeah, Peter Hansen and Furin behind him, and Ruben Skuman is just guilty of getting there too late. He actually almost comes in from the side as well. So a penalty for Zebra. Carlo Canada will find touch on the 22. And if they want to get back into this game, then you got to make this they got to make this opportunity count. They've won a penalty now. They can get themselves into a good position, and they need to try and hit back because it's already 28 points to 0 with 12 minutes to go before half time. Trevor Fast, Ken Coon, what's your thoughts now the Munster team has been nagged compared to the Sharks? As a Shark, I'm happy to see Lions winning. Is there crowd attendance? There is crowd attendance, which is good to see. That's a decent set piece there from the Zebra. Oh, almost going. He's almost picked up and go. Yeah, you can't do that. It was a good carry there from Giammaroli, who then looks for the pass, decided not to give the pop, and then sort of stood up and went himself again, which you're not allowed to do. He was held. He's wrapped up by Jack Creel. And then he gets up and go. He's still held, so you can't do that. Gives away a very, very soft penalty. That's very poor, actually. We're trying to get back into the game. And then you can see the soft penalty. I need this penalty. You know, go to ground. You found a couple of meters. Go to ground. Recycle the possession. I mean, Zebra looked decent. They had quite a few good phases in the early stages of the game. But after that, they just haven't touched it. Kevin says, if Lions lose this game, I'll be shocked. I won't be shocked. I'll be flipping fuming. Jakob Asaki, that's a line loss from the Lions. It didn't look particularly good. Peter Jansen Furin was pretty late to that, and it's Mokero who cleans up under pressure from Jakob Creel, but Lions, a bit of a poor set piece there. Now Banda getting the offload away, which then gets knocked on. So Lions turn over ball. Peter Jansen Furin goes to Vince Tuka, goes to Burger Uendal. Similani outside. Puts the after Burns cuts inside. Oh, he saw the pass to Vincent Tuka. It was a bit of an ambitious one. And it's a turnover ball to Zebra inside their own 22. Mesejni is the one who's clearing up. Oh, that's a very nice break. He needs the offload to go to hand. And it doesn't. I think he had a penalty advantage or was a knock-on advantage. It was almost a very good break there from Giammaroli. Oof. If Burger Uendal takes that, I think that he might be running in there. I'm trying to work out what the decision was. So time is off there.
4 minutes or so. It's in the back of the
Bit of a messy couple of minutes here from the line. So I think the important thing now is to get to half time. You started off really well. You put yourself in the driving seat. Now we need to go back to basics, because the biggest thing with the Lions is that even during the Currie Cup, scoring tries usually wasn't much of an issue. It was conceding them. So actually, I'm so glad I took a bet on the Lions. Yeah, as a rule, I never bet on my team. But, I mean, betting-wise, ZEBRE was actually back to win this game. So before everybody just sort of talks about the fact that this should have been an easy win, the bookies didn't back this. They didn't back this. I think I saw 2.2 odds for the Lions to win. So that would have been a decent bet to have taken. I've taken a bet for Sharks to win and Bulls to win, to turn 5 Rand into 1,200 Rand. It won't happen, but it was one of those things where the odds were just too good not to take. Right, time on here. We're going to resume with a scrum. It will be a ZEBRE feed to the...
I suppose comes continuity, comes stability and solidity. And this group will be together for this 4-week period on their own. And then they'll be together again when the other teams are adding back in those marquee names.
Kev says, shouldn't take anything out of this game. One side play in this game. Look, I think if there's one thing, it's a short-term penalty there from ZEBRE. Take it quickly. And Violi will pump that downfield. So I think it's Jordan Violi is cleaning up, looking to go himself. Runs to a bit of traffic. He's slightly isolated, but they do retain possession. Hendricks had a bit of a 50-50 pass, and Burgerwood does well wrapped up there by Bruno. Does very well to stay inside. It was a very big hit. It was a nice read from the winger. Rush defense there on Carly Sardi. The Lions on their own 10-meter. Nice counter ruck coming in from ZEBRE, but Warner goes up. That's very, very high. McFarlane gets up to contest. Well, it comes off Vasaki. Vasaki, score yourself, man. Just put your head down. He's going to go himself. Hey! Well, I said I want to see a big game from Vasaki. I thought this came off McLaren, so I think they will go up and have a look. Vasaki's got over. He was so busy trying to hit the offload away that he could have gone himself. They're going to have a look. I think it does come off a ZEBRE hand. Vasaki's looking for the inside ball. He's looking for it, and then he decides I can go myself. And Carla kind of comes in, but look, at the end of the day, wait, it's a mismatch. And Vasaki just rides the tackle over the line. The checking, I think it will be awarded. Well, I asked for a big performance from Jakob Vasaki. First things first, when I was going through the Lions lineup, I said that hooker for me is a bit of an issue for the Lions. So I wanted to see a big game from him. And, well, he's delivered. He's got 2 turnovers. He's got a try. And the Lions, at this stage, go into halftime with a 35-point lead if Jordan Henderson does nail this kick. And that's a much, much better kick from Jordan Henderson. Apart from that penalty, he's kicked beautifully off the tee. Kevin Weather Thomas, the same for most teams. G. Sean Farrell, who plays ZEBRE. Charlie says, good to see Lions play so well. New coach is making a big difference. Exekiva says, there goes my 33-32 prediction. Look, regardless of the fact that ZEBRE are not one of the best sides, I don't think anybody predicted the Lions being 35-0 up after 33 minutes. Nobody did. If you did, I want evidence. So regardless of the lineup, for a team which is under so much pressure and was so disappointing in the Currie Cup, it has been a good start. And it's the perfect sort of confidence booster you need. Yes, next week will be a much tougher game. But for youngsters to be able to get at the sort of performance done under your belt will do a lot for your development. And that is a tremendous clearance from Jordan Hendrickson, who inside zone 22 has found touch inside the ZEBRE half while he's playing some really good rugby as Jordan Hendrickson. Got a try assist. He's got, I think, 4 out of 5 now from the kicking team. He's had 2 or 3 very good clearances. Having a good time as the 20-year-old. Right, so Biji goes towards the back of the line out, and he throws it over the top again. So it's Jakob Kriel once again pick up and give the Lions a bit of front foot ball. Andre Warner off to Peter Janssen van Vuren. On the 10-meter line are the Lions. Can they get another one for half time? Henderson going behind. Inside ball from Fullion to McClana. It was wrapped up there, driven back towards the halfway line. Now Carly Sadi puts his head down. And Warner a little bit slow, eventually getting the ball going forward there. Andre Warner being a bit slow from the breakdown, being put under pressure, and they're forcing an error out there, ZEBRE, with the rush defense. Knock on coming from Ido, and that's much better intensity from ZEBRE. Saki says we're going to see an 80-pointer. Ekivo says kicking has been fantastic for the Lions. Look, I mean, and there's certain things which it doesn't matter who you're playing, and kicking for touch and your tactical kicking, that at the end of the day, you're on the same field all the time. So, if you know that Jordan Hendricks can get you from inside your 22 to inside their half, you can do that against any team. That doesn't necessarily come down to the quality of the opposition. Obviously, some opposition will make the rucks a bit more contestable and put you under a bit more pressure. But it's sort of the small things which you need to start being able to put together and just do the basics well, which is what we've done so far. Long may that continue.
To live with the physicality, and I think I wonder if you perhaps underestimate the expansive nature of the Lions game a little bit. It's not been that blunt instrument up front, brutal.
So the commentators reckon that it could be a case of ZEBRE expecting such a physical encounter that they haven't really backed such an open game from the Lions. But if that is the case, you haven't watched the Lions lately. Lions have never been. I mean, obviously they've always had to have a decent pack to try and give themselves that front foot ball, but their backline has always been the weapon. They do play very expansive rugby, and that's what makes our defense so shite, to be honest. Solid scrum there. It's a very, very nice run there from the back of ZEBRE. I think that's Besesny who gets themselves over the advantage line, almost up to the 22. Lions finishing the half with a bit of defense to do. Kolokana inside ball to the tight head, Nakera. Playing off the four there. Kolokana going down the wings there. Bit of space opening up. Solid tackle there from Similani and Jakob Kriel. BG going straight through the middle. Down the blind side again. A couple of numbers, but not much space. Oh, he's almost got through inside ball. He's gifted straight back to the hands of Frankie Horn, but he had been pulled into touch, did Bruno. Bit of a strange decision to keep going down the blind side. There was next to no space. Yes, they had the overlap, but I mean, and for Ewan is guilty of that's a pretty poor to be beaten on the outside there. Andre Warner doing a good job to tackle him into touch. Kenny Cooney says, I won't lie, Stephen. All of a sudden, I'm more worried about Munster versus Sharks. SA teams are more ready after their provincial matches, but everyone else had preseason. It's an interesting point, actually, that the fact that these teams have been playing a lot of rugby over the last 6 months. And competitive rugby, not necessarily preseason youngsters and stuff like that. Look, I think the Sharks at their Springboks, I'll be more worried. It's a decent Sharks side, but I think that Munster should have enough to do it. Yeah, and RG Sneeman debuting tomorrow for Munster. Very good to see him back in action. Should be playing for the Boks tomorrow, but what can we do? James Perez says, these poor ZEBRE fans must have thought they were attending an easy win for their team. This ain't the Cheetahs or Kings. Look, to be fair, yeah, like the Kings went there and couldn't do much, but we're not the Kings, are we? Decent lineup there from the Lions. Ruben Skuman and then Andre Warner. Pretty solid kick down the field. ZEBRE now attacking from their own 10-meter line. Bruno looking for options. And he's wrapped up by Similani, who's running it towards the touchline. Rips the ball and tackle, and it's good pressure from McClana on Violi. Good turnover from the Lions, so they're winning all the small battles here, are the Lions. I need to adjust my clock. I'm slightly ahead. Now going on the blind side, not a particularly good pass to Similani. He throws the ball straight into touch. It will be a ZEBRE line, who they do take it quickly. Almost threw a bit of a hospital pass to Canada, and Ruandrea was lining him up. Did very well to get away from him. And now my stream is stuttering. So good question, what's happening? Well, we've seen a turnover ball for Jumbo Lengo on the right-hand side. Peter Janssen and Furen taking into contact. Warner going to Hendrickser. Hendrickser going to Viljoen. Viljoen stepping away from one, getting in another one, giving it back to Hendrickser. He gives it to Similani, who's well wrapped up. Very good defensive read there. Needs a bit of support at the breakdown. McLaren does come in, as does Dido Viljoen. Now Warner goes to Ruandrea. Warner to Hendrickser. Hendrickser deciding to go behind him to Burger Odendaal. Burger Odendaal throws a long cutout pass to Jumbo Lengo, which is a bit of a strange option. Lengo does put his head up. That's a decent tackle on him. He's a big man, as Jumbo Lengo. Not the easiest to bring down. Peter Janssen and Fury now putting his head down. Much sort of a bit more abrasive now. Jordan Henderson goes to the boot. Jumbo Lengo will chase. It is a bit deep from Hendrickser, so there will be a... Ooh! About to say you can't mark. Yeah, I was about to say, Jumbo, learn your rules, chap. He fumbled it, which means you can't mark. The ball spills out to the side. That's a big... You can't mark if you fumble, mate. Yeah, it's a bit of a law issue there. I think it was Lalofi who took this, and because he fumbles it, it's Bellini who took it. Because he fumbled it, he couldn't mark it, and Alenga stopped because he also thought that he had marked it, and then realized, well, the referee then says you can't mark. So, and then a knock on from ZEBRE. So the Lions will have an attacking scrum in the dying seconds of the first half. And I don't care that it's ZEBRE. I don't care who you are. Let's be honest. Nobody predicted the Lions having attacking scrum 35-0 up with 10 seconds left of the first half. It has been a very impressive performance from the away team. As I said, bigger task to come, but it's a nice way to start. Kevin says, seems Lions wants to play that good sign, positive. Esukiba says, heck, I'd even be a bit scared of facing the Griquas and Pumas. Rich Corver, hello. Will you be doing all the URC games? So not every single one. We are not doing Cardiff versus Connacht. That's the only game we are not doing this weekend. So we have got 7 out of 8 games covered this weekend. I'll be live after this game for Ulster versus Glasgow. And then tomorrow, we're going to have Dylan, who will be taking you through Benetton versus Stormers. I'll be live for Leinster versus Bulls, whilst Cull will be live at the same time for Edinburgh versus Scarlets over on Forever Rugby. And then I'll be live for Munster versus Sharks tomorrow night. And then on Sunday, Dragons versus Ospreys, I'll be live for that as well. So, yeah, we're going to be covering a lot of URC over the next couple of months. So strap yourself in, clear the schedule, buy that data, and keep us company. So attacking scrum here from the Lions, go forward ball. The back line's line towards the right. Bit of a set move here. Warner goes himself and looking for the offload, and he couldn't get it away. Turnover ball from ZEBRE, and they will... Yeah, I'll be honest here, I've had enough. Just chips it into touch. Well, that was fun. Half-time in Palmer, 35 points, 2-0. The Lions are ahead. What a first half. And, I mean, it's a team that we were hoping to see a big response from the Currie Cup, and we have seen it. And ZEBRE have been pretty horrendous, if we're being very honest. We'll go through some of the stats and stuff like that. But it has not been a particularly good display from the home side. I'll be back in a few minutes. Get your drinks sorted. Get some snacks and settle in, because you've got this and then another game after this to really sort of enjoy the evening of rugby, of URC action so far. And while I'm away, please do smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in just a bit. And we're back. We're back. Lions are back. Yeah, look, if we're going to be very honest, a shocking display of rugby from ZEBRE. But as the Lions, you can only play what's in front of you, and they have played and outclassed them for 40 minutes. And I mean, this is a Lions side. As I said, if you go through it, there's only 2 internationally capped players in the entire Lions side in Ruandre and Yakov Creel. I think both less than 10 caps. And they were playing against international players, but it's just been a one-way affair where the Lions have pretty much won every single small battle. They're winning the breakdowns, they're winning the set pieces. There's so much space out wide, and the backs are having a field day at the moment. So when you think of how bad the Lions were, literally about 2 weeks ago, I mean, beginning of the month, it was 21st of August, they were annihilated by the Sharks, like 57-3, to finish stone dead last in the Currie Cup. So to go from that to leading ZEBRE 35-0 at half time, yes, I know they're not the best of sides, but it's really, really good to see that they have been able to sort of pick themselves up, go back to the drawing board, come in and play some positive rugby. And the biggest sort of most exciting thing for me is the type of rugby they're trying to play. You know, we're looking at people trying to keep the ball in hand. So if we look at some of the stats, possessions 58% to 42%, territory 49 to 51, 5 tries to 0 at the moment. The Lions have run 266 meters and beaten 14 defenders. Look, ZEBRE have beaten quite a few defenders when they've run themselves. So the Lions' defense still a little bit sketchy, operating at 75%. But the ZEBRE defense missing 17 out of 53 tackles is not good enough. 68%, that's where the problems lie. But look at the goal kicking success rate so far. Jordan Hendricks operating at 83%. He's got 5 from 6, kicking very nicely. The rucks, the ZEBRE have lost 4 rucks. The Lions have lost just 1. Line-out success, the Lions have lost 1. ZEBRE have lost 2. Scrums are both 3 out of 4 for both sides. Not that many penalties actually throughout the match, but I mean, you look at offload, 6 offloads from ZEBRE, 3 from the Lions. 16 kicks from hands from Lions. They've kicked they've tactically kicked very well. They've kicked it high, they made it very competitive, and they're winning the ball back. And kind of showing you, it's a bit like the box, you know, at the end of the day. A kicking game can work, but you have to get it right. And in terms of getting it right, means you have to chase well. It means if you're winning possession back from your kick all the time, that's when suddenly you've got a decent attacking game. And so kicking the ball does not necessarily always defensive. It comes down to the type of kick you're having. And what we're seeing now is, you know, very contestable kicks where they're putting the ZEBRE under a lot of pressure, turning the ball over, and suddenly being able to then sort of turn that into attack whilst the defense is still retreating and still a bit of holes in it. They're exploiting that very, very well. So yeah, in terms of comments, let's see where we have been since I've left. Can you say hi to me? Hi, Finley. Hope you're well. ZEBRE getting the business. Mimia says, if you play Greekos on their home field, you'll be shitting yourself. Yeah, it's not a nice place to go and play. Kenny Kuhn says, Lions, very impressive, totally unacceptable from ZEBRE. Do you think that's game, or it should be game? It has to be game. Corona says, what do you expect from ZEBRE? They have shown no improvement winning the odd game. I do feel sorry for their fans. Yeah, I know how they feel. That's been us in the past. Lions can get pretty good table lead with this game. Johan says, to which Italian team did the Bulls lose recently? That would have been Benetton, who the Stormers are playing tomorrow. Didn't they get a player boost or 2 from other teams? Yeah, so in this side, starting, only one new name in Peter Janssen van Vuren. But off the bench, Eddie Fischer as well as Stefan. No, not Stefan. No, yeah, only the 2, because Morgan Nadia's on the bench. So only 2 players have actually come in. But a lot of players now available. The likes of Jack Creel didn't play Currie Cup. Tutuka suffered an injury in the Currie Cup. So in this actual side, there aren't actually that many new players. It's just Peter Janssen van Vuren and Eddie Fischer off the bench. But a couple of players who were injured and were isolated because of COVID and stuff like that, they're all back in the mix. Ken Kuhn said they really thought that ZEBRE would improve, but it's like they never played together or never even trained all summer. Also watching the Ryder Cup, by the way. That's what I've got my eyes on here, which is been a pretty poor start for Team Europe. So hopefully they can pull something back. So Super Rugby teams include a bigger region. We're looking at didn't they get a play? Yeah. So is this the coaching change up? Yeah, they did quite a few. Well, got 3 new coaches did the Lions. Do you think that's game? It has to be game. Surely you don't lose from this sort of position. But there are some sort of player exchange program, isn't it? Well, I wouldn't say it's. I don't think it's officially. Like, look, the Lions. I mean, the Sharks and the Cheetahs have got a formal agreement. We just did learn a lot of players from the Pumas. Matt Moore, Morgan Nordier. We've also brought in Chris Hollis and somebody else. Who else do we bring in? Ginter Smuts. Oh my living! Team USA has just smoked a spectator. Poor form. Poor form. When are you going to do another live chat with Gary Mason, Skinny Brew Rugby again? I don't know. Not for a while, probably, to be honest. It's my work schedule at the moment is so hectic that trying to find time for a live stream or to plan a live stream is becoming very difficult. That's why we've had to bring in so many people in for Watchalong and stuff like that, because I just don't have the time to do it all. So I don't know. We'll see. When I'm a bit less busy and stuff like that, but working 2 jobs at the same time at the moment, well, this is pretty much full time with the amount of content you put out, as well as working another job which actually pays all the bills. It's quite difficult to sort of organize all that type of thing. But hopefully we'll get that in soon. Please do smash like on the video, by the way, and subscribe. We're on the road to 7,500 subscribers. I'm hoping we can try and hit that tomorrow, which would be pretty cool. And then we need to push on to 8,000 subscribers, which will be pretty mental. These bloody chairs are flipping disaster. But yeah, so in terms of the schedule for the rest of the weekend, we did mention it earlier, it is on the channel, but we will be live again tonight. We'll be taking you guys through Ulster versus Glasgow, which will be quite cool. Not unions I know a lot about, and that's sort of the whole point, is to sort of learn about these teams, learn about these players, see who's who in the zoo, and become sort of better all-around rugby fans, I suppose. If you do want to check our schedule, it is up on the channel. We've got obviously this game, then we've got Ulster versus Glasgow after this, which will be myself. Tomorrow morning, South Africa versus New Zealand, the 100th test. Oh, hang on, we're back and we've got kickoff already. Jordan Hendricks has gotten things back underway. He's gone pretty deep from the kickoff. Bit of a broadcasting issue there. Didn't get the ad quite right. That's a very, very nice clearance off the back from Lalofi, who we haven't seen much of so far this game. Kicking was quite deep, and on the left foot, he's found a really good touch finder. He's right up towards the halfway line. It's a decent start from ZEBRE, but let's see how we go. Session says Lions coming out with a fire. Nice jersey, thank you very much. Are the Sharks playing tomorrow? Yep, against Munster in Limerick, as Sean Farrell says. Should be a very, very good game. That I'm very keen for both those games. Right, so early set PCF from Jakob Asaki, and I think the Lions will probably just want to, squeeze the sort of. Now you got to go for the juggler. You've got to be brutal. You got to keep trying to go for the tries, and then be able to bring in your bench, and protect some of your best players. Big tackle on Vincent Tuku, who's carrying that up in the midfield. 2 players on him, and a turnover from the ZEBRE, but illegally so, conceded a penalty with the breakdown there. It's Bunda who's not happy about it. Thought he got there. There is change for ZEBRE. Number 20, Giovanni Licata is on for Renato Giamaroli. So 24-year-old gets on. He's got 11 caps for Italy, 1.95 and 106 kgs. So he's a bit of a unit. And the Lions are going to take points early in this half. Jordan Hench has called for his kicking tee. They're going to go for the 3-pointers.
So that will be a first, but Neil, 5 conversion attempts. Contribution of plenty of players been very encouraging too.
This is such a nice way to go into the weekend. Like, usually the Lions just ruin my weekend. To have this position so far is a very nice change. Right in front, Jordan Henderson sends that straight over the top. He's kicking very well. Lions go up to 38 points early in the second half. Kevin says, finally win for the Lions. I'm sure all Johannesburg supporters screaming out loud. 0 points for ZEBRE tonight. Yep, they haven't really even looked close to scoring, to be honest. Carla Canada getting us back underway. Goes towards the right, and it's Ruben Skuman who goes up and takes the restart. They get a more going to the Lions. And they're getting a bit of a front foot ball there, so a couple of other players down to join in, winning some yards. It's available for Warner when he wants to use it, but at the moment it's still going forward. Now towards the touchline, so Warner needs to use it, and he gets wrapped up. And they actually got pulled into touch there, so pretty poor from Warner to not use it when they were running up territory. They've conceded possession there. We once said I didn't know Northern Hemisphere clubs are this week. No, look, you can't base it on ZEBRE, who are probably the worst side in the competition. If people are be honest, I think people are wondering if the Lions are going to be the worst side in the competition after their Currie Cup performance. But yeah, look, we'll see the real quality tomorrow. Look, also a lot of players missing for a lot of these sides. Obviously, a lot of players missing from the South African sides as well. But no British and Irish Lions players involved this weekend. They're all still coming back from their sort of preseason and stuff like that. So this is not a very good reflection as to the standard of rugby over there. We'll see it tomorrow. We'll see it after this, in Ulster versus Glasgow. But even then, a lot of players who are missing.
He already has the training for in recent times all we that produced us, and he's not had any of that in South Africa. And you think of the weekend ahead, the Bulls going to the Aviva Stadium to play Leinster and Sharks on Noble Park to play Ulster tomorrow. It's going to be a cracking weekend. And this scoreline,
as the Lions extend their lead, is Ted Jade Hemsworth's brother? It is. I mean, cheapers. We could see those two as a 9-10 combination for the Springboks. What a day that would be. I think we will. See it, to be honest. I think they're both too good not to play rugby for the Springboks. I don't see why they won't play at the same time. ZEBRE is definitely the worst team in Europe. Perennial wooden spoon. Shauna Farrell says ruin the Scottish, Irish, and Welsh are stronger. Maybe Lions will win this tournament. Let's not mock me here. Okay, let's not throw things around like that. We know we're not going to do it. Just let us enjoy our first fixture. What has ZEBRE's recent results been like? I don't think they were the worst in the Rainbow Cup. I want to find the Rainbow Cup results and see what they happened. Didn't they beat one of the quite a big team? Where are we? I want to find ZEBRE. Let's go look at the previous results. Let's go see where they've been. I didn't really watch the Rainbow Cup Northern Hemisphere. But they've got the previous games, they lost to Cardiff 37-12. They lost to Benton 34-27. Before that, they lost to Benton 25-20. Before that, they lost to Edinburgh by 6 points. Bath beat them in the Challenge Cup 35-27. So look, and it's a penalty from the Lions off the line now. That's a very nice penalty to win. Ruan Kolisari is the man getting all the plaudits. But even before that, March 19th, look, they got thumped by Ulster. They scored 31 points against Leinster in March as well. Lost to Glasgow. So, look, they don't win a lot of games. But if you go back at their previous results, they were far more competitive than this. As people did make a good mention, the Lions are obviously a lot fitter and a lot more sort of, I suppose, match sharp. But you can't take anything away. ZEBRE are not a good side. But if you look at their recent results, this would be a standout result regardless of the team that they're playing against. And the Lions, who have not been particularly good over the last few months, it's even more surprising. Rugby is not so nice when people don't tackle illegally. True, but the Lions are also basically the weakest team in SA, and look how they're going on a rampage. Hey, settle down. We're trying, okay? We're trying. I know what you're saying. Look, I think the Storm is a penalty for Zebra there on the ground. Not particularly well done from the Lions. Solid line out win from the penalty, but not protecting their man on the ground. And Maxima Banda, we haven't seen much from getting over that ball and winning a very nice penalty there. Sasha says, but they have a team. Most of the Lions players have been trained together. Agreed. All the other teams have lots of players with the Bokke. Lions are causing punters to think twice about their best this weekend. Well, that's the thing. They weren't the bookies didn't have Lions winning. They actually had Lions losing. So they definitely didn't have Lions being 38-0 up type vibes. So this is still quite a surprising result. I think the Currie Cup prepared the ST as well for this tournament. I think this is what we're seeing now, to be honest. I think we are seeing teams which are a bit sharper, a bit more sort of ready. As Zebra win the line out, they don't go into the maul. They go straight to Thomas Boney, who's a big hit on him. Bit of a counter coming from the Lions, but Zebra do have go forward ball. Inside ball, not particularly good pass. The ball goes down. Now turnover ball. We understand Similani puts it to the boot, and Jumbo Lengo and EWVU are chasing hard. Bit of an unfortunate bounce, still going everywhere. Very nice take there from Bruno. He now has to get his side out of trouble. He's doing that well. He's brought down by Warner. Gets the pass away to Carlo Cannon. Bit of a counter attack in here. Oh, he spots a bit of space down the left. EWVU is retreating. Oh, they've missed it. Oh, Similani's going to keep it alive. Well, that is brilliantly played. He initially missed it at Similani, but eventually he could have carried it over and would have conceded possession. But it steps away very well and eventually finds touch there. Almost a really good counter-attack try from Zebra. Much more sort of what we expected. Carlo Cannon, very clever kick. He saw the space out wide. He knew he had so many players around him that the pass wasn't an option. So he just sort of chipped it towards the corner. And Similani initially almost sort of misread the bounce of the ball, but then doing very well to get away. But still Zebra on the attack. They've got a line on the 22. So a nice attacking opportunity. They had a much better start. In fact, they're inside the 22. Much better start to the second half. And it's a messy line-out win. And it's been turned over. Yeah, right. Counter-attack here from Similani. Goes out to Makwana. What's he going to do? Cuts inside. Then goes outside to Yun. He needs to cut inside, get away from the touchline. He does. Messy ball for Warner, who then falls on it under a lot of pressure. I think there was a foot in touch, so it will be a Zebra ball, but all the way up at the halfway line. That's the problem, is that they're just not clinical enough when they get the opportunities. Where are we? Race, how are you, bro? Yeah, very well with this sort of result. Imagine thinking the Lions will lose to Zebra and putting money on it. What do you think is going to happen to tomorrow's game? I'm assuming you're talking about the Springboks game. I don't know. I honestly do not know. We know the Springboks can win. It's just whether they can put in a performance tomorrow to do it. And they'll have to be perfect tomorrow to win that game. So it's a big ask. Jan says, if the Sharks have a good day tomorrow, they will crush Munster. Trust me, they even draw New Zealand against the Crusaders on a good day. Yeah, but also it's Sharks without 10 Springboks, eh? So if they had their 10 Springboks back, I would back a very close game. But I think that, I don't know, you never know. That Sharks are so mercurial at the moment. Some days they play really well. Some days they're pretty horrendous. He's worked about that. The odds are already changing in betting sites. I think the Bokkers did not count Zebra's previous results. The bookies, yeah. I think the bookies just looked at the Lions results and thought this is a side of how if they can't beat the Pumas and the Greek was how they're going to beat this. Zebra are on the attack off the back of the scrum. They're getting themselves up to the 10-meter line. Carlo Cannon throws quite a wide pass out there, bit of space there. It comes inside as Lolofi. Now going back towards the right. Carlo Cannon going to some tight forwards there. CC carrying it up. Eventually taken into contact by Bianchi. Carlo Cannon going towards the right now. Oh, almost ball off. Offload there. Pierre Bruno's wrapped up. And he gets called into touch. No, he managed to keep the ball alive. Zebra on the attack here. Finding a few meters. Carlo Cannon now going to the replacement. That's a big hit on him. Licata there, the 24-year-old. Pick up and go from Zebra. Much better continuity. I'd like to see how many phases they've had. This looks a lot better. Bit of a test for the Lions defense, which they haven't really had so far today. Cannon going outside. Ball out wide there. Lofi has to step inside. Gets up to the 22. Much better from the Italian side. Oh, that's not a good pass, but it's well dealt with as they dive over it. But the Lions get a couple of players over it. Ooh, not rolling is a bit of a harsh one. Well, that's much better from Zebra. That's kind of what we sort of expected to see. There's some decent continuity, trying to run a few phases there. Look, it's good footwork. It was a terrible pass. So Licata just letting it hit his boot, and then Nokera, the tight head, just dove all over that. Time off there. That says Sharks over Munster. Bro, what do you think? You talked about the All Blacks game. All Blacks will win by 11 points, says Ruan. I think the Sharks, Bulls, and Stormers will win. That's a massive call. I don't really agree with it. But hey, Sharks play well unless it's a final. Lucky it's not a final. Ruan says SA teams will move the tournament because of the Lions. Let's not be rude here. I'm smiling with this bet I made on the Lions. It was on 2.65. You see, that's what the bookies reckoned. That's what the bookies reckoned. They're looking pretty stupid now, aren't they? Yeah, look, I've got 5 rand on the Sharks and the Bulls to win tomorrow, and if they do, I win 1,200. So that'll be a fun bet to win, wouldn't it? RK won't change much. The Stormers have huge forwards as well. Oh, it's the Sharks that are playing against Munster. So but they've got Leroux Roots and Gobran Grobler, good players. This is much better from ZEBRE. They're on the 5 meter. Now I want to see Lions defense. This was the issue during the Curry Cup. See, was Hugh Sanguini's on it as well. Advantage offside. They've got space out wide on the Italian side. He's going over the top. Can for Yun get there? Inside it comes Bruno, and he's wrapped up Makwana by Similani, who makes the tackle. They've got a penalty advantage here, ZEBRE, so it's a free roll of the dice. What does Kalakana do? He goes to Mbanda. He goes outside. Solid runs there, looking for the offloads. So replacement Licata gets the ball outside. Well, there we go. That's rugby. That's really, really good from ZEBRE. They hit back. It is a bit of an issue that the Lions' defense is a bit sketchy, but that's just really good offload play. Some nice runs, a couple of runs in behind. Enterprising from ZEBRE, and they finally get their first points of the day. They are over in the corner. It's Kalakana, who's looked a lot better this half, looked a lot more like the player who has got 50 tests for Italy. But the offload game, yeah, really, really good. Licata taking contact. Very, very well played from Bianchi, who almost probably could have gone himself, but sort of saw players running in, realized he had the space out wide. Nice little offload to Besegni, who then takes no chances, gives it off to Kalakana, and he just strolls over. I say Munster over Sharks. Arce's back for Munster. Keen to see how he comes off the bench tomorrow. Nicely run, plays scrum off with experience. It's a very nice kick from Kalakana as well. So 7 points on the board for ZEBRE. 52 minutes being played. I need to update my clock here. Much better from the Italian side, though. A bit poor defending from the Lions, but it was very scramble. Actually, the Sharks gave British Irish Lions a run for their money without the box. Fair enough, but they did have Jaden Hendrickson. Well, Violi is now off. So number 21, who is 21, in Alessandro Fasco comes on. What betting platform are you using? It's just on Betway. Actually, I don't really bet much, to be honest, but yeah, I probably need to get more into it with the way this channel is hopefully going to go. Good try for ZEBRE. Sharks were in front against the British Irish Lions team until they got red carded. Now, they were playing well in that game. They were playing well. Right, so now can ZEBRE respond and make us a bit prettier? Call comes to use it from the referee. And we'll see a box kick there from Fasco going towards the left-hand touchline. Jambi Lengo lets it bounce. Why would you let it bounce? That is so poor from Lengo. And ZEBRE have one possession back. And there's a knock-on there, but we'll go back for the initial knock-on from Jambi Lengo. How can you let that bounce? I mean, that's really, really poor. If you get an affiliate link, I'll use it. Yeah, we're trying. We're speaking to a couple of places. So hopefully we'll have that soon. Yeah, we shall see. We shall see. So we'll have a scrum here for ZEBRE inside their halves on the right-hand side, just behind their 10-meter line.
Taking a little bit away from that pressure, because that's all ZEBRE needs to get back in the game and put the pressure back.
Penalty from ZEBRE, first scrum penalty of the game. That's very interesting. A bit of hands there from the two teams. So a penalty for Zebra. A bit of a shame there's no clean sheet for the Lions. Yeah, it would have been nice, I think, especially for a side which defensively have been so poor. Would have been a nice statement if they could sort of prevent any tries being scored. Placement chair for Zebra number 3 is off, so that's Nokera off, and on comes Nikolai, the 20-year-old tight head. So it's a nice moment for him. And he's up against Ruandre, who's a former Springbok prop. So a very nice experience. They go to the back of the line to Zebra. They're looking a lot better this half. Inside ball there. Quick, very quick ball off there. Mbanda over there, Yakabasaki trying to get over that ball, but well, that's a bit harsh because he gets pulled down. It's another penalty for Zebra. So momentum just shifting slightly towards the home side. Back-to-back penalties. Playing with a lot of confidence. Now going for the corner. Everyone says, so Zebra losing in their own stadium. These fans will want their money back. Look, from a Lions fan, and we lost a lot in our own stadium. I never got my money back. Are doing player rates for each SA team often games? We will look at doing it more. It's quite a mission to set up and stuff like that. So we're going to stick with the Springboks games for now. And we will look later in terms of doing player ratings and stuff like that. But yeah, so another change here from Zebra. Bellini is off, and we'll see Trella come on, 21 years old. So a lot of youngsters coming on for the home side. So actually, there's still 15 minutes. Hey, can score some points of Lions on sharp. But there's more than 15 minutes. There's 24 minutes. So they're going for the rolling more here. Zebra off to a decent start, a little bit lateral. BG controlling at the back. They splintered off. Is he going to be able to get over? Penalty try. Well, that's a big moment. Penalty try for Zebra. It's a bit weird to go straight to a penalty try. I'm trying to see if unless they thought it was deliberately brought down when he sort of came off from the left, which if they did is fair enough. But there we go. There we go. They've hit back 2 tries. Lions are allowing them to come back. It's very uncharacteristic to see a South African side outmauled. Yeah, so it's against Sangweni who goes in and quickly goes off his feet trying to sort of stop that maul which broke apart. So you can see they're very hyped from Zebra. And the best thing that Lions need to do is just calm things down. They're putting on Steve Satoli in place of Bruin Drea. And also Rand North Knuckles off for Ruben Skuman. So it's a very nice start here from Zebra after those 3 points, only 3 points from Lions. They've had all the momentum so far, and this is where it comes down to game management. The Lions just need to stay calm. They've done the hard jobs. They've done the difficult part about getting in front and stuff like that. Now it's just protect the lead and chill. You don't want to make sure that you've just played a 40-minute game. Still 22 minutes. There's still a lot of rugby left to play for the Lions. So hopefully the bench will make a bit of a difference. Another replacement for Zebra as well. I think we've got a new hooker on. Yep. Oliveira Fabiani is on. So BG is off. Deep kick there from Hendrickson. And a very nice kick chase from Jumbo Lengo. And he knocks on and it goes into touch. So I think the Lions will have an option here. Right, so I think it's going to be a Lions line here. Nice opportunity to try and hit back. Sean Fowler says Ruan will take a lot of luck for Zebra to come back. 24 minutes left, 24 points behind. Johan says Lions are tired. I don't know what you're complaining about, mate. You went over your own mate. Jumbo Lengo is perfectly entitled to contest for that. So, Lions in the line. They go to Vincent Tuka. Nice solid win from him. Looked like quite an early sack. It's a knock-on. So that's not a particularly good line there from the Lions, and they've conceded possession back. Just not quite happening for the Lions in the last sort of 10 minutes. Well, first scrum here for Steve Satole. Much better from ZEBRE. You've come on the second half, played much better rugby. They haven't allowed the Lions to continue their momentum. They have disturbed it. They have gained a bit of momentum. Long way to come from them. I mean, it's almost taking out the man in the air, just by the way, the more you look at this. You got a yellow card. How do we get a yellow card? Well, Sangreny's on the bench. I'm not entirely sure for what. Unless it was from the try earlier. I'm a bit confused, to be honest. I don't know what that... well, the Lions are down to 14 men. I'm not entirely sure what the yellow card was for. And this is good rugby from ZEBRE. Very good offload play. They're into the Lions half. Now a bit of a gap there. It's a very good back from the tight end. He's eventually brought down. Really good ball. I'm going for a ball here from ZEBRE. They're into the Lions half. Colin Canada doesn't see too much space. So he decides to go towards the right. Playing around, looking for the offload. He eventually gets it away. They've got numbers out here to ZEBRE. Very big tackle there from McLana, but they're inside the 22. Advantage as well. So penalty advantage for ZEBRE. Quick ball, Carlo Cannon playing with a lot of confidence, goes himself, gets the offload away, and they're over for a third. Well, the Lions' defense is what we saw there in the Currie Cup. Shambolic. Sham-flippin'-bolic. I still don't know what the yellow card's for. It's a bit of a strange situation, but they're over. They're over. Is this a comeback? Well, it's Tommaso Boni, who himself has been guilty of not tackling particularly well. It's a really good gap from Colin Cannon, who gets in between two tight forwards. And sees the gap, gets in between Carly Sardi and Peter Janssen van Vuren, and then the inside ball to Boney, who then just sort of spins in the tackle and goes down. Now, you see, this half is the reason that the bookies had ZEBRE as favourites. Not that first half. So Carlo Cannon will be able to sort of kick themselves. Their third blooming try of the match. This has been pretty horrendous from the Lions. And this is the issue, isn't it? It's just the lack of consistency. I still want to know what the yellow card is for. Very, very nice kick from Carlo Cannon. Well, 38 points to 21. All of a sudden, ZEBRE 17 points behind. With 18 minutes to go. James Pettit said, the joys of being a Lions fan this half, we have been terrible. Agreed. Lions are throwing the game away now. A game of two halves, very much so. Is there bonus points in the URC? There is. I think it should stand at 4 try bonus points. Well, they're giving the crowd something to cheer about. I'll give them that. But as the Lions, you need to kill this game off now. Come now. Deep again from Hendrickson. Ilengo chasing well. Nice tackle there from North Narkle, keeping ZEBRE parked inside that 22. Carlo Cannon looking, well, chips over the top for himself. Well, this is the thing, and they're on chip over the top there from Fusco. And McLaren is all the way back in zone 22, having to get themselves out of trouble. Getting away from one, and Fusco's come on and made a very big difference. Under a lot of pressure here, and they've won a penalty. The Lions are flipping nowhere, absolutely nowhere. They look dead on their feet, to be honest. And it's Carlo Cannon who's come in and decided to actually be an international fly half. He is running things at the moment. The chip at the top over there, the big tackle from Fusco and Ido Fiyun. That is horrendous cleaning out, absolutely horrendous. McLaren under a lot of pressure there. And there's just no count. I mean, right there from the Lions. And all of a sudden, on the 5-meter line are ZEBRE, and they could be scoring another try. So, Lionel Wynyard, they're going to go for the maul. They conceded a try last time. The penalty try was last time they went for the maul. It's gone off to the left. Try time again. Are we even playing? What's the flipping point? It's pull them back from flipping Italy at this stage. I can never see such a bad 20-minute period. Literally, it's the 20-minute period that ZEBRE had, and this is terrible, absolutely terrible. All the good from the first half. If you want to undo a decent performance, well, this is how they do it. Once again, they splinter off to the right, and it's just so easy. It is so easy. It is pretty disgusting as a Lions fan to see this. But this is what we've seen for the last couple of months, isn't it? And if they throw this away, I'll tell you what, you can send Van van Rooyen and his coaching staff home tonight. Tonight. If you have a 35-0 lead at halftime and you lose, you should be sacked on the spot. And this all comes from the ZEBRE actually getting some possession in the first half. Carlo Kanda has turned the heat up in the second half. And since that yellow card, which has now gone away, so I think he's back on the field as Sanguini, they've definitely made things count. Now he misses that conversion. How many fans there, Steve? I don't know. Look, I mean, it's not a full house, but there's a decent amount there. Been a pretty exciting game characterized by some woeful defending on both sides, which whenever they've had possession just don't feel like tackling. Lions are panicking. The moment is too big for the Lions. What was the yellow card for? I still don't know, to be honest. I don't know if it was from the... He's about to come back on as Sanguini. They didn't even show it. So cheers to the broadcasters. James says, easier to like Lions stop playing. The Lions need to wake up and get back the way they were playing in first half. This must be the greatest comeback in rugby history. It was not done yet. When last the Lions actually have ball in possession? Well, that's the thing, isn't it? They just haven't touched it. So the Lions need a moment here. They need a moment. And whether it's going to come from the bench or from the experienced players, they need someone to stand up and say, you know what, we can actually shift things back to our side at the moment, because at the moment they're just being outplayed. Staffy says match fixing. I tell you what, it almost looks like, doesn't it? Gordon Hendrickson, he's taken out in the air there, ref. Thank you very much. Well, that could be a moment. That could be a moment. Getting a little bit ahead of himself was Jacobo Trula, taking out Jordan Henderson in the air. Penalty on the halfway line, and that's what the Lions need. Now they can sort of just settle things down. I think Sanguini's back on the park. And now you just need to pump this downfield, win your line out, get over the try line, hit back. Because ZEBRE, you score 26 unanswered points, that's huge. But if you suddenly score another try, and you think at the moment you're 12 points behind, you score another try, suddenly you're 19 points behind, you're thinking, well, we're going to have to do that pretty much again. So I'm trying to take the time. I'm assuming the yellow card was from the penalty try. He was the one that stopped them all. They never spoke about it, and we didn't see it until after they scored the other try, which is why there's a bit of confusion. So I'm assuming that's what the yellow card was for. I'm trying to look at the time here. Penalty try, 56 yards. So that was the issue. It was just weird how they didn't show anything. We didn't see him getting the card. ZEBRE once again running it from the 22, but knocking it on after the Lions lost it. It's just not happening for the Lions. Not happening. Well, Sanguini not being allowed on, which the clock over here has 56 minutes. So, yeah, he should be allowed on. Sanguini's back on the park. So, Lions back to a full contingent. Sashin says Lions will clutch the wound, just keep the ball. Well, they couldn't do it there. Dan Best says the yellow card is mandatory with a penalty try. Yeah, so that was what was the case. It just would have been nice to have seen it. Graham says basics, guys. If you keep the ball 100%, the Lions win. There's no way ZEBRE can eat a line. Hey, let's not throw that out there. There's possibilities. What's wrong with the Lions? Oh, so much, isn't it? Everyone says this reminds me of that New Zealand versus Australia game. Yeah, decent shout. Right, the Lions have a scrum just outside the 22. Big scrum here, chaps. Big scrum here. Sort your rubbish out and a big scrum. It's a better scrum from ZEBRE as well. So Warner's going to have to use this. He does. He gets wrapped in. So it's a horrible pass. Berger Udendal's going to have to sort of clean up from a messy ball there from Warner. He got caught on the ball. Wouldn't be surprised if we see him being subbed quite quickly. Big tackle and Vincent Tuka. You can just see the confidence in ZEBRE now. They're making their tackles. They're contesting at the breakdown. It's like a whole different outfit. Carly Sardi at scrum half. Sanguini now back on the park. Has to put in a big shift. Warner going to North Narkle. Almost looked like a bit of a grass cutter there. ZEBRE contesting on the ground, and they've won a penalty. I want to have a look at that tackle, though, because I'm not happy with that. I think that was a grass cutter. But that's another penalty conceded. So the breakdown, it's the momentum, isn't it? There's just no work at the breakdown from the Lions. Well, number 3 is going off. That's the end of Carly Sardi's game. I still want to have a look at that tackle because I don't think it looked particularly good. But Zebre winning all the small battles. And speaking of small, the last thing that he is Asinate and Klabakanya, the massive young tight end comes on. Lions had the opportunity to really put down a marker. This complacency when ahead is a real problem with Lions rugby. Agreed. It's a South African thing, says Sachin, tend to cruise when we're ahead. Well, that's what we haven't done yet. James says the big moment will be subbing Warner. He hasn't been good this half. Yeah, I put on Warner van den Berg. A couple of changes here from ZEBRE, who are doing absolutely everything right, but they've got just over 10 minutes to still catch up 12 points. So it's the Lions need to shape up here. They've still got a bonus point win if they can keep the scoreline, but big warning signs. Since the replacements came on for the Lions, all went south. Yeah, look, I mean, we haven't been able to get things, but I'm trying to think of the replacement that made much of a big deal. Well, here we go. There goes Andre Warner. Comes on Warner van den Berg. Dan Bester says ZEBRE give more efforts in this game than all the SSIs in the season. Oh, well, that's Italian rugby, isn't it? It's what we saw from Benetton. It's very nice to watch. It's very, very watchable. Oh, here comes PJ Buerta. That man can't win a line-out if they don't even compete. Time is off, by the way. A number of changes from both sides. Rizzi is on for Bruno. About to say, you're not taking your Carlo Canna the way he's played this half. Time back on. Penalty advantage for ZEBRE. Look, I'll say one thing. Lions haven't had too many penalties themselves this half. It really has been one-way traffic. Nice big tackle there from Asinate and Klabakanya. His first contribution. A lot of space out wide for ZEBRE if they want to use it. Rizzi's first touch almost gets away from Warner van den Berg. Jakov he gets over that ball. And we'll go back for the penalty. So it's another penalty for ZEBRE. They'll be able to kick themselves even closer. And they've got 2 tries for Rolling more. So we know exactly what they're going to do now. Canna's been very tidy. I mean, yeah, he was a bit quiet in the first half, but the second half, we're seeing why he's got 50 caps for Italy. But that's what I said in the before the game. I said he will be huge because he is international quality fly half. Redmore says, "Go Lions!" Hi, by the way, good evening. Mark says there are a ridiculous number of penalties going to ZEBRE for some very minor incidents. Brendan Gleeson says, "Great to have you South African boys playing up here. Happy to be here." Well, we're not quite sure if we're happy to be here. In the first half, I was very happy to be here. Now, I'm not so sure. Hope Sharks can pull off a win too. Mark says plenty of the decision could have gone the other way. James saying this is going to be so close in the final minutes. How is that possible? Well, that's the thing. 35-0 and you've blown that lead. 26 unanswered points is pretty shambolic. And it's kind of ruined my mood. Even if I am sitting at the end of the game with a win, I'm going to sit there thinking, how can you concede 26 unanswered points after the start you had, where it didn't look like we were going to stop scoring. So not happy with this half. This game's also taking a long time, so we might be a little bit late with Ulster versus Glasgow. We've got 10 minutes left in this game, which will take us to 18 past, and I've still got to do a very quick review and stuff. So please bear with me for that game. We will be live for it. I just might be a little bit late because this game's taking a long time to play. Darren says, no penalties for the Lions because they have no ball. Half-time, they were told to close it out. I hate that mentality. No points in this half from the Lions. No, there was points. There was a penalty. ZEBRE showed a lot of heart to make this comeback. Right, here comes the maul, which has been very good for ZEBRE, but that looks like a much better maul defense from the Lions. And Klabakanya is doing a lot of good work there. Yeah, the call comes to use it. The first time that maul I haven't used it, ref. Oh, they've gone burst through the middle, almost straight over. That's got surely a penalty. Surely. That is it. Thank you. That is a big moment. Vincent Tutuka, I don't know who the other, I think it might be Sanguini, but that is a big moment. Under the kosh, waiting, and you can see the try here, and anything's possible. And they burst through the middle from the back of the maul. Warner van den Berg, Vincent Tutuka, big tackle, then Vincent over, and Asinate and Klabakanya. He's my favorite player these days. Culturo, the massive tight head, is over that ball quickly. and boom, you're not moving those two. That's a really big penalty. To be under the cosh in that press situation, that's when you need your players to step up. Vincent Tuka did just that. Not out the woods yet, but that's a big moment. I mean, I shouldn't even be celebrating it that much. This should have been an easy victory from half-time. But look, if nothing else, this kind of shows you that these sides can play. Look, Zebre's played some bloody nice rugby in the second half. Throwing the ball around. Colin Cannon was playing some nice rugby. North Narcott's a decent line win from them. And Lions just need to slow things down and just keep possession. Henderson goes to Vincent Tuka. Rush defense there from Zebre. Mona van den Berg waiting for a couple of options here. He's going to go to Edel for Yun. So he's going to go to Jordan Henderson. He's going to boot them. He's going to boot it up very high for Olengo and it does bounce, and Olengo's got his arms around it, but it's falls the way of Zebre. Similani brings them down. They go to the blind side, well wrapped up by Frankie Horn. The kick ahead there goes to Jordan Henderson. He spots a bit of space. He wants to try and go through. It closes very quickly. Big tackle on him, but he does retain possession. That's the important thing from the Lions, just to keep possession. Asanata and Klabakanya will just take contact. He's massive, by the way. He is an absolute unit, isn't Klabakanya? Being told to Eunice Morne van den Berg goes to the boot, lifts it nice and high. Sangweni and Jumbo Lengo are chasing hard. They get up for it, and it was falling towards Frankie Horn, I think, and eventually ran into touch. Not entirely sure whose line it is. I think it could be a Lions ball. Sangweni and so Carla Cannon went up for it. It came off the hands of Jumbo Lengo, so they should have a knock-on, a line or scrum option. Yeah, they do have the option. Well, hopefully the time for them to win is past. 12 points, look, it still can happen, but very important passage of play from the Lions just to run down the clock a little bit. Time off now. Richard Cover says there's a reason they ended in the bottom half of the Currie Cup. Look, we might still win, eh? So if we do, then shut up. Sashin says no easy victories here, it seems. Club rugby is unpredictable. Nothing easy in professional era. Yeah, look. I mean, I wasn't writing the Lions off, but I certainly wasn't expecting this to be a straightforward win with the quality that Zebre do have in terms of players. Very nice playing on the right-hand side that they get themselves into the Lions half. Inside ball, Carla Cannon now going for the cross kick. Almost goes to hand. Maximilian Bennett, in fact, he's held on to it. He's isolated. So Elengo's all over the ball. He will win a penalty on the ground. That's a big penalty to win. But what a cross kick and take from Banda. Darren Bass says your feed is a good 2 minutes ahead of mine, getting commentary from the future. Look, if you wanted to do that, the best thing to do is just to pause the YouTube video, I suppose, for 2 minutes. Yeah, I am on a satellite, so I am sort of as up to date as you can be. Good take there from Banda, but very, very isolated. And Jumbo Lengo just gets over, puts his mitts on the ball, and gets ready for the contact. Now he's down. I think I might be a bit tactical, to be honest. But look, it did. I think, when anyone comes flying into you in the ruck, it's not going to hurt. I'm not going to be too lacquer. And he is a back, so we can forgive him. But yeah, look, 6 minutes left. 5.5 minutes left on the clock. It's far, far, far too. It's not good enough. The second half, it really isn't good enough. And look, at the end of the day, if you gave me 38 points, 26 at 74 minutes, I'm definitely taking it. But from the position we were in, it's sloppy. It's sloppy. So I was rolling and holding. So there were 2 penalties there conceded by Mbanda. That's a huge kick from Jordan Hendrickson. He's played pretty well today. He's kicked very nicely. Four-man line-out, won by Peter Janssen van Vuren. Van den Berg goes to Shatuka in the midfield. He puts his head down. It's a very strong carry from him. Had quite a game. First game back from injury from Vincent. And a penalty one. Well, there we go. Take the points. Take the points. Penalty right in front of the poles. Take the points. Get yourself 15 points ahead. Make it impossible for them to come back. Close out the game, chaps. Close out the game. Some of these breakdown steals from the Lions have been epic. Yeah, the last couple of minutes and look, I suppose, you also got to look at those moments when the chips are down to be able to produce those moments. And you need your big players to step up, and they are going to take the points. Hendrickson will take all the time in the world. Ron says, will the other SATs also bring this fire? I hope so. Mark says, really helps when Hendrickson kicks it well into their half every time. He's got a massive boot. Hopefully other SA boys don't get blown out by more premier teams. Look, at the end of the day, a win's a winner. And if you're being very honest, even if it ends 41-26, if he does nail this, I would say it's a good night out. It's just the way that we sort of fell over for 10 minutes is a bit concerning. And Jordan Hendrickson has pushed that to the left. So that's a really, really, really bad error from the young fly half. He played well today, but that's poor. That is poor because you slot that, the game's over. With 4 minutes to go, 15 points, the game is over. So now it should be over. They shouldn't be able to have that name. But, that's poor from Hendrickson. He needs to do better in that situation. We've got an HIA, I think, for one of the Zebra players. That sums up this half. Agreed. Well, Bismarck played this weekend for the Bulls. He is starting tomorrow against Leinster. So he's back in South African colours. South African club covers. Deep restart there from Zebra. The Lions need to hold on the ball here. Got to just run the clock down. Stay with your support. Keep it simple. Don't kick the ball away. Van den Berg goes to Shatuka. I'm slightly ahead of my clock. Now Hendrickson goes to the boot. Long. It's just outside 22. It's a perfect type of kick. Big hit on number 22 there. That's Rizzy. So Zebra pinned back to the 23. Now Carter Canner. What's he going to do? Very lateral. He gets wrapped up. North Narkle trying to hold him up as well, which I think he does. He creates some more. Get your hands on there. I think Asanate and Klabakanya's got some big mitts on there as well. This could well be turnover ball. That would be game, set, and match, hopefully, if you can get that turnover. And they do. Big moment. That's nice. It was a good kick, actually, from Hendrickson. Perfectly placed. Just in front of the 22. Big hit on Rizzy. Carla Canna obviously knows he can't kick it. He has to keep ball in hand. And then Klabakanya, who I've actually been very impressed with since he's come on. Him and the North Narkle were the ones that managed to hold him up, force some ball, turnover ball. That should be game, set, match. Sasha says, big budget boys with big budget runners playing Craven Week in Italy. Look, they are young, eh? They are young. Big trouble that Bismarck is playing. Henderson looks like he's 17. Look, he's not far off. He's 20, and he's just turned 20. He turned 20 in August, I think, or July. Big trouble that Bismarck is playing. Mark says it took Lions 30 minutes to wake up in the second half. Do you think this was a case of Zebra being caught off guard by the pace of the Lions and then adjusting? I do. They definitely sort of, they split the switch to half time, didn't they? Oh, well, the Lions will get away with the win. Look, it's get away with the win, yes, but it's not easy to go to Europe. I mean, this is the first time a lot of these players have ever played outside of South Africa, so it's a nice win. The Lions are very lucky. They're going to lose 40 points against Leinster on Monday. Listen, as a Bulls fan, I wouldn't be putting that out 24 hours before you're about to play Leinster. We'll see what they do tomorrow as well. I hope you guys win, but let's not put some bad karma out there. Decent scrum there. Morning Van den Berg breaks from the back of the line. Goes to him, just an inside ball for Yun, who's very isolated. But they have kept possession. Morning Van den Berg goes to Peter Janssen van Vuren. The clock needs to be on, Stephen. And a penalty to Zebra. He's quite quick to give away these turnovers. There's not much of an opportunity for you to clean out in this game. Johan says, where's leadership of the Lions group? You shouldn't allow a team back in the game like that. Look, it also speaks to experience. I mean, you've got somebody like Vincent Tuka who's in the leadership group at 22 years old. Frankie Horn's captain the side, which shows the amount of inexperience in the side. So actually, I think both teams are caught off guard in the first 15 minutes of each half. Yeah. I think they were both quite surprised at how they each played. Zebra came out in the second half, looked so much better. It all came down to Carl Canada, didn't it? He sort of flipped the switch and suddenly started operating. And when he started doing that, they suddenly looked very, very lethal. As I said, I'm warning you now, I'm going to be quite late for the next game, which is Ulster versus Glasgow. Hopefully we'll be able to go live before kickoff. But this game has taken a long time to play, so we will get there as soon as we can. So don't go away. The stream will take you to that game. So just go and chill, get some beverages and stuff like that. We will be live for it, I promise. And yeah, I know a lot of the players playing in it, so that's what's going to be quite exciting. A nice opportunity to sort of learn a bit more. But there are still a couple of Scottish international players available and playing there, as well as a couple of Irish international players. ZEBRE solid will not win there.
They didn't play against any pressure. There wasn't any pressure on the attack. There wasn't any pressure on the defense. Breakdowns was an armchair ride. Second half, ZEBRE pressure on the breakdown.
Right, last minute of the game. Mark says Udendale's capacity has to be questioned in the second half, though. Not once I see him chat to the ref or made any discussion of any sort. Interesting point. With Christian and Bismarck, I don't see the Bulls losing. Mate, have you seen that Leinster side? My living. Again, the Lions only use the forwards. When your team is under the cosh because of disruption, put the outs in the rest mind and make sure you're getting the decisions allowing your team to wake up. As the ZEBRE breakdown, the right-hand side doesn't matter. Lions need to prove that rugby is alive and well in SA. Well, look, they made a statement, didn't they? Even if they didn't play particularly well in the second half, I think a 38-26 win in your first game, bonus point win in your first game, that's a statement. Doesn't matter what the points is at the end of the day. As Richard Corver says, in the grand scheme of things, this will be a huge victory for the Lions. Good start to build on. I 100% agree. Oh, that's a big tackle. There's a penalty advantage, but that's a big tackle from Vincent Tuka. Well, we're into 80 minutes. So the game is well and done. Laughs and Blitzblocker. Rugby is definitely live and well here. ZEBRE was such a lucky draw for the Lions. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. We're going to the corner of ZEBRE. This is all about getting bonus points. As Jay says, the Lions go top of the log. Unbeaten streak begins. It could end next week, but it begins now. We are unbeaten.
West Wales and the Party Scarlets next week. Really start to like the URC for South African franchise. The other in charge of the forwards next week. Those will be the two big clashes. You know, Bulls against Leinster in Dublin and Sharks. Northern Party against Ulster. Looking up into those four regional polls and the top eight.
Right, last opportunity for ZEBRE. Can we just finish this game? I need to flip and do a review and get back up live for Ulster. Come now, people. We can't be having this long to play a bloody rugby game. This has been a very long affair. As Sasha says, where's ZEBRE the better side? Well, I think 50-50, to be honest. Well, they do use it, Chaz, but I think they got a penalty advantage. It's a nice big tackle from Burger Udendale. The scoreboard's horrendous. It doesn't tell us anything. It doesn't tell us any advantage. It doesn't tell us how many phases. URC, I know this is a new thing, but can we get some more info from the scoreboard, please? See what's going on here. See when there's an advantage. See what the penalty was for. Ooh, and they spilled it forward there, ZEBRE. They'll go back for the penalty as well. Mark says, ultimately debut a new competition, a Lions team with no confidence coming off the worst Curry Cup they've ever had. I'm quite chuffed to have won at least. Dennis Murray says, great to see the SA sides up and running. Looking forward to the game tomorrow from a Leinster fan. When do the Lions play next week? On Friday, I think we're up against the Scarlets on Friday. Same time as the Bulls, which is a bit shit. The good thing is I don't think the Lions would have gone to sleep if it was as close at half time. They showed some good form in the first half. Interesting point as well. Maybe a bit of complacency creeping in. This will be a big... Look, I think they'll learn a lot from that sort of period. They'll learn that they can't switch off and they can't afford to be complacent. They have to keep playing long after they've established that lead. But another set piece here from the ZEBRE. They go to the front of the line out. David Cece's operated pretty well in that line out so far. Big more defense here. I don't know where the ball is, though. Same more. They're edging forward. They're edging forward. They're desperately trying to get things going. They break off. I don't know actually know what's going on here. I think the ball's up. It's been driven back now. Oh, good luck getting that ball out. Whoop! Jay almost let me down. That was almost me on the floor. Well, we take a W, gentlemen. We take a W. And ladies, if there are any ladies watching. That's the main thing. The Lions get off to a winning start. 38 points, 26. Bonus point. Full time. There we go in Palmer. It wasn't pretty in the second half. We got the job done. I'll see you guys in a little bit for Ulster versus Glasgow. We'll be live in about 10 minutes. We might miss a minute or two, but we will be back. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Please make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe on the way out. And see you right now.